What's up, everybody? John here. I'm back, and to celebrate, I've got a double unboxing. It is good to be back because, you know what? I've missed you guys. But I've been extremely busy helping my wife launch a new business. But now that that's up and running, I'm back to Droid Dog full-time, and I'm pretty excited about it. We're looking forward to a big summer here. Lots of device reviews and unboxings and app reviews, all kinds of video and written content. So today, you can see we have not just one phone, the Droid Charge, but two phones. Does this one have a label? So we have HTC's Thunderbolt on the left and Samsung's Droid Charge on the right. These are both Verizon LTE 4G devices, and I should point out that Portland, where I'm located, is currently in pre-launch for Verizon's LTE, so I'm not sure what kind of connectivity we're going to get here, so take that into account. I'm not even sure if we'll have power on these devices here. So both of these phones are, as we just saw, they're priced very similarly. The difference is negligible. Let's see, you've got the Charge for $569, $299 on a 2-year contract, and the Thunderbolt is also $569 outright, $249 on a 2-year contract. Both of them have a $350 early termination fee. Get these out of the boxes and we'll take a peek inside real quick. Do we have any juice here? Okay, so let's take a quick peek through the Thunderbolt box. The Thunderbolt was released a couple of months ago, so a lot of you are already familiar with this device. Looks like we just have a manual, says master your device. Let that finish real quick. Standard to micro USB with an AC adapter. Okay, and that's all there is in the Thunderbolt box. In the Charge box, master your device. Looks like an extra manual, probably some safety information, quick tips, that kind of thing. We'll also have a standard USB to micro USB and the AC adapter, and that's all there is to it. I think I better check this little compartment here. Yeah, it looks like that's all we've got in here. Looks like we've got a decent amount of juice here on both devices. So there's already a system update available for the Droid Charge. We'll let that one restart here and take a look at the Thunderbolt. Real quick, let's just compare the specs here. Like I said, these are very similar devices. Both are running Android 2.2. Both have 4.3-inch displays at 480 by 800, although the Samsung Charge has a Super AMOLED Plus display.
Oh God, it's so bright. Oh my God, it's so bright and vivid.
The camera on each phone is 8 megapixels, both with LED flashes, though the Thunderbolt has a dual LED flash, and both have a 1.3 megapixel front-facing cam. The Thunderbolt has 8 gigabytes of storage, 768 megs of RAM, whereas the Droid Charge has 2 gigabytes of memory and 32 gigabytes on an SD card pre-installed. Both have a 1 gigahertz processor. According to Verizon's numbers on battery, Charge wins in terms of usage for battery life, and the HTC wins in standby. So I'm going to need to reset these devices and sign in with my account before we dig any deeper here, but let's take a quick tour of the outside of the phone. The common HTC home menu, back, and search key here. You've got a volume rocker on the right side. On the top you have power and 3.5mm audio jack. On the back side you have your kickstand, camera, and that's it. A sleek, simple industrial design on the Thunderbolt. Charge has this little point at the bottom, a sort of chevron chin shape, and you've got menu, home, back, and search, and of course Samsung's, let's give it a second here, custom UI on top with the neat lock screen. You've got your power lock button on the upper right hand side. Then you've got a plastic flap that protects the HDMI out port. On the bottom, nothing there. Left side, micro USB, volume rocker, and a lanyard clip point. Up on top you have your 3.5mm audio jack, and that's really all there is to it. It's sleek. Am I going to struggle with this battery door? Oh, it peels off. That ledge makes it look like it should slide, but it doesn't. It just peels off. So there you have your SIM and your 16 milliampere hour. Or I guess I should just say milliampere. That includes the short version of hour, doesn't it? Now, the first time I saw this UI, I wasn't a big fan of it, but I grew to love it after a while. The music player is really nice. I like the notification controls here on the drop down. You can do Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, mobile data, auto rotation. That's a really handy feature to have those there, and I would really like to see something like that default in Android, though I don't know if it's ever going to happen. As you can see, just looking at the colors of this wallpaper, the Droid Charge display is very sharp. It has excellent contrast. Those colors, to the naked eye, really pop, jump out at you. It's a beautiful screen. The Thunderbolt's wallpaper isn't quite as attention-grabbing. Let's do just HTC wallpapers. I'll try to find something bright to whoops. Something bright to set next to the Charge, and that blue one's pretty good, I guess. Well, how about, why don't we grab a red one so that there's some comparison here. And let's get the brightness all the way up on both phones. It'd be better to compare the exact same wallpaper, because what's loaded on the Droid Charge here is it's got some great contrast and bright colors, but overall I have to say, just beyond the wallpaper and the UI elements, it appears like the Droid Charge display is really knocking it out of the park here. I like the Thunderbolt. The feel of the Thunderbolt is excellent. The sensitivity of the screen feels the same, but yeah, that Super AMOLED Plus is really popping out at me. And as long as I'm setting up my Google account on the Charge here, I just want to show you really quickly this cool interface that they've got going on here. It's brown and orange. Reminds me a little bit of Ubuntu, at least back in the day, kind of. So you can see the letters turning orange as I tap them. You've got a cream-colored letter on a gray-brown background. Very nice looking. After completing the Google account setup, the Charge asks me if I want to add a Facebook account, Twitter account, MySpace, corporate email, Yahoo email, Gmail, another Gmail, AOL, Windows Live Hotmail, Verizon.net, and others, just meaning a manual setup of email. If I long press a key in order to get an alternate character, instead of automatically selecting the alternate, I get a little pop-up window with the options for that key. And when I add these accounts, both Facebook and Twitter, it asks me if I want to sync the contacts, add those friends to my contact list, do I want to sync calendars, all of that kind of thing. So that one's all set up, and we'll let that sync and get information from my social accounts. Of course, the Thunderbolt has Sense, and like the Charge, it's going to ask me to set up my Google account, other social networks like Facebook and Twitter, and of course this has the good old HTC Sense keyboard that I love so dearly. And here's the Thunderbolt list of accounts that you can set up during the phone initial setup. There's AIM, Exchange, Facebook, Flickr, Mail, Twitter, Windows Live, Yahoo Messenger. So basically the same options that you have on the Charge. Let's see what kind of speeds we're getting in a pre-launch market. Wow. Hey, not bad at all. So you can see 9,801 kilobits per second down, 8,220 up with a 223 millisecond ping. Let's see what happens on the charge. I hope it's not too different because I don't want to have to explain that way. A lot of factors that go into these tests here, so this is a very unscientific, lazy man's version. So the ping is already higher, 352 milliseconds, so I was going to say we can expect slower speeds maybe, but it looks like it's going to be very close. Wow, 10,178 down. $28.78 up. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe now that I live in a new place it's time for me to get new service. Pretty impressive. Alright, thanks for watching everybody. Stay tuned to droiddog.com. Throughout the week I will be posting video and photo samples from both devices as well as full written reviews within the next week or so. Take care.
Let's